Alright, so on to the next one. So the next one that I'm going to do is I want to do the counterbores. So I'm going to do these two counterbores right here. And then I'm also going to do this profile. But I got them on different files. So we'll pull in these guys and then we'll pull this one in third. And that way we can separate them. The depths are all the same, so I could cut them all at the same time. But I'll just keep them separate so I can adjust things. And so in order to do the counterbores, we're going to make a new toolpath, because this is actually going to be a profile cut. I'm going to use the 1/4 inch end mill, but I'm actually going to make it move around and cut those depths for me. So select that one, hold the shift button, select the other one. So now we got both. And so now we want to come over here and we want to do a 2D profiling. And right there. So when the profiling comes up, the first thing, most important thing you got to figure out is outside or inside. So outside means the tool's going to run around the outside of this and cut, but I want to cut on the inside. So I've got to make sure I click inside right there. Now my start depth is 0 because 0 is the top of my part. My finished depth is going to be the depth of the cut, so it's 0.35 on this 1/2 inch counterbore right there. So my finished depth, I want to have it at 0.35. We'll just leave the allowances and all that stuff the same. Final pass thickness is not important because I'm just cutting a hole. If I wanted to have it cut away and leave a little bit, I'd use that. The final pass allowance is like cleaning up the inside of the hole to not have the tool marks, but I don't really care because it's just a counterbore. We'll do that in a minute. And then our machine safe is correct, so now we got to pick a tool. So we're going to pick that same 1/4 inch end mill, select, and then now we get to change some things. So the step over is not important because the hole is to the point that the tool can cut it in one pass. But if it was like a huge hole and you were doing like an area clear, you'd need to step over. But since I'm just profiling, I'm not stepping. So the step over is not important. The step down is important because that shows how far it's going to go down into it each time it comes in, cuts, and makes its pass. Now my feed rate, I can go a little faster because this hole's a little bigger. So instead of the default of 2 that I have for the tool, I'm going to change that to 3. That'll just make it run a little faster. And then the plunge rate of 1, the spindle RPM I don't control with my machine, so that's not important. But we're always going to do climb milling. Makes it a little cleaner. I'm not going to do lead in and lead outs, but we'll see that in a little bit. And so we'll go all the way to the bottom. The material's already set up, and we're going to call this second step C bores, counterbores. And then I hit calculate now. And now I got a new one. And so now it's got my first step of the hole drilling, and the second step is the counterbores.